Copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around. Death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
The place for color is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, just as it has been for more than 66 years. Check the ad for Bob's specials in all kinds of color, like African Violets, just $3.99, or Lantana, just $4.99. or Caladium, just $6.99. If that's not enough, then be sure to see this area's largest selection of crepe myrtle. More colors, more sizes, including the exotics, with prices starting as low as $2.99. And listen to this. Bob has Sun Hosta, regularly $12.99, just $9.99. And be sure to check inside their huge greenhouse, where you'll find savings of 10% to 20% on just about everything. Don't wait. Get there today. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, just off Lake Weir Avenue. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. The same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Every once in a while, we visit with guests that we've had since we started doing this radio show, Robin, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Christine Horner is one of those guests. We've been speaking to Dr. Horner since she was, I think, 12?
I think so, yeah.
12, something like that.
Long time.
She's now 24, something like that. Dr. Christine Horner, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm okay. Are you in California?
I am.
Yeah, how's the weather today? Beautiful?
You know, perfect. Perfect. Sunny, 82, perfect.
Well, thank you for coming on the air with us. You've become a friend. One of these days we'll be out there. We'll have to visit you. Do you ever get here to Florida?
I do, yeah.
And?
I'm actually coming there in June.
Are you really?
A conference in Tampa, yeah.
Oh, you're going to Tampa?
Yeah, I'm going to Tampa.
What are you doing there?
So I'm doing a conference for thermography, you know, the infrared picture of the body and breasts. I'm speaking at that.
Oh, really? Well, maybe we'll have to drive. We'll have to drive down. Robin's daughter works in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today? It says the 5 potentially life-threatening health conditions that have no symptoms. Oh my gosh, that's not a good thing.
No. Well, I'm kind of the bad news, good news person. So there actually are a number of conditions that, well, as you said, have no symptoms with it, so they can be potentially deadly, and you wouldn't even know it. So there's things like having high blood pressure. I mean, it's even known as a silent killer. An Hpv infection, you know, the sexually transmitted disease that can give you cervical cancer. Pancreatic cancer, which is increasing like crazy, diabetes, and also something called sleep apnea, where you kind of stop breathing while you're sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Sleep apnea. Okay. I thought you said leaking acne. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe that too.
All right. Oh, my gosh. Okay. You know what? Doesn't sleep apnea have snoring as a symptom?
You know, it typically does for men, but for women, it may not. So we kind of think of it as a fat man's, disease, and definitely we, have snoring with it, but the main thing is not the snoring; it's where you actually stop breathing for X number of seconds. During that time, and it really can increase your risk of having heart disease and diabetes, and
really?
Of course, daytime. Yeah.
So how do you know? I mean, if I stop breathing while I'm sleeping, do I wake up suddenly? Because I wake up all the time.
You may not. If you have someone who's in the bed with you, then you would notice that's happening. But you know what? I mean, this is a good point. So, you're sleeping alone. 90% of people that have this don't know that they have it. So really the way that it's diagnosed is going in and going into one of these sleep centers, where they do like a sleep study on you. You stay overnight there, and then they can monitor you to see if you have it or not.
I always wanted to try one of those. Just go someplace and sleep.
Do they give you snacks? Sometimes women, women and men, I imagine it affects both genders, but sometimes women will just brush things off as well. If they're too tired, it's only because they've been doing so much, and then by the time their head does hit the pillow, they're wide awake.
That's right. And actually, women have different symptoms, so they may not snore. So it's, what they may have are these subtle symptoms like headaches in the morning or just daytime fatigue. Yeah.
Really? So do you have, does the thing that you normally talk to us about is like healthy foods? So are there, is that the good news? That's that there's a healthy lifestyle that'll turn around all these things?
Sure. Everything that is potentially deadly, mostly, doing a proper diet and lifestyle is something that can significantly reduce it. So, of course, being overweight is something that we know really increases your risk of the sleep apnea, and then drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, particularly, at night, taking sleeping pills, and that kind of thing. So, just healthy diet and lifestyle. Same thing. High blood pressure, as we said. That's the silent killer. And the American Heart Association actually changed their guidelines last year, so they dropped the numbers that qualify you as being hypertensive. So instead of 140/90, like we used to use now, it's 130/80. So now they're saying that about 50% of people in the United States now qualify as having high blood pressure, and 50% of those people don't even know. So again, this is kind of a diet and lifestyle has a huge effect in reducing that, and eating junk foods and being overweight and not exercising increases your risk. So if you do all the healthy things, and the other thing is stress, plays a huge role with it too. So that's where practicing an effective stress reducing technique like meditation or
do you do that?
Yoga. I do. I practice transcendental meditation and yoga. I do everything. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
So how does a person know when they have diabetes? Because sometimes symptoms can be masking what really is the underlying cause.
That's absolutely right. So diabetes is another one where in the early stages of it, you don't have any symptoms. So really it's getting your blood sugars, checked and seeing your doctor, once a year on just doing kind of a healthy wellness thing, which not that many people do that, to make sure. And of course, all the things that we know of that are bad for you, that as far as eating too many carbs and sugars and being overweight, like 90% of people who have type 2 diabetes are overweight. So we know that there's a huge association with being overweight. And if you lose, weight and exercise and eat right, it's pretty much a completely reversible disease if it's, the type 2 diabetes.
Do you know how we get our blood pressure checked regularly? We donate blood. They always tell us when we donate blood what our blood pressure is.
Yeah, so just checking it once a year with your doctor, or you can get one of those blood pressure cuffs, I got one from Amazon.com that, costs practically nothing, and you can, check yourself. So I also want to mention about, no one wants to talk about sexually transmitted diseases, but the HPV infection, which we know is the most common one, and it's responsible for causing cervical cancer. And there's really no symptoms with that one either, and in men you can't even test for it, really. In women we do pap smears. But there's really no effective Western treatment if you get the chronic infection established, but there's some really exciting research that just came out of the University of Texas Health Sciences that found that this mushroom formula called AHCC was extremely effective at killing the HPV virus. In fact, they did clinical trials on women who had this chronic HPV infection. Again, no Western treatment, that's known to be effective, and they found if they took the AHCC every day for 6 months or longer, that the majority of them completely cleared that virus.
Wow.
So that's super.
And they have to be grateful for that, because that's totally fatal.
Well, the thing is, interestingly, if your immune system is nice and strong, your own body can kill off the HPV in 98% of the cases. So it's really fairly curable just with your own immune system. But if you're in that 2% that gets that chronic infection, that's when, again, we don't have any treatment other than doing pap smears, and if they find abnormal cells, and they can treat it topically with, chemicals or surgery or something, but that's not exactly a fun way to go. So this is an amazing thing where this mushroom formula, they found not only does it cause your immune system to be really supported, it supports all the different cell types in it, it also has direct killing effects to the virus, too.
Wow. Dr. Christine Horner is our guest. Her website is her name, Dr. Christine Horner. And I just went through your site, and of course you reminded me of the book, Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty, which we can order on the website, correct?
That's correct, and it's available everywhere, Amazon and Barnes & Nobles and everything. It actually won a National Book Award for the best book in health, medicine, and nutrition.
The Elite Award, right?
That's everywhere.
Is that what it's called, the Elite Award? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on your site. Dr. Horner, thank you for being on the air telling us these good bits of information. Of course, all the details are in the book. So go get the book. And then when you're in Tampa, are we invited or what? As a general...
Of course!
I don't mean just Robin and me. I mean everybody. Can we all come down and see you?
Well, actually, I think you'd have to pay, because it's a conference, for thermographers.
That's okay.
But you can come and say, hey.
Yeah. Okay, but let us know when the conference is so that we can let people know, because they probably wouldn't mind paying. I don't think.
Sure. So that's June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Oh, okay. All right. Will the information be on your website?
It will.
Okay. Dr. Christine Horner, thank you so much for what you do.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company